What's good, my former nice people? This is Ase Daniels, your host for Kindness Speaks. Welcome back, and I am so excited to share with you these life-changing principles about kindness. Okay, this is podcast number 8. I'm excited. Can't wait to get to double digits. But I'll be honest, y'all. Just about done with my first book. As y'all know, Kindness Defined. It's coming. I'm getting the book cover designed. That's a lot of fun. Um, going through the copywriting process, getting a few close people that I know what they're talking about to proofread it. Just all the little things that man, I'm ready, y'all. I'm ready to be done with this thing. I promise you, I'm ready to be done. This book, it's funny, it's practical, it's transparent, it's about my life. And I can't wait to share with you guys and to see what you guys get from it, to hear the feedback. I cannot wait. I'm really excited. So I wanted to get it done before the end of 2020, but it's all good. In the beginning of 2021, which will be just fine. Look forward to it. Coming up really, really soon. It's imminent. All right. Today's power quote. If you can't be quiet, I said it all wrong. If you can't be kind, please be quiet. I'm going to say it again. If you can't be kind, please be quiet. That's our power quote for today. The topic, kindness, social media, and Christmas. Okay, so we're in December. And I don't know about you all, I love Christmas, especially the Christmas lights. When people put up their lights, growing up in DC, one of the most fun parts of Christmas was going and driving around downtown DC, especially my aunt's house down in Northwest, and driving through the neighborhoods. It seemed like every single house had Christmas lights, and they would put them up. They had the beautiful lights, and it was like the whole city was lit up with Christmas lights. And you would just drive up and down through the neighborhoods, and you would just check. You drive slow so you could really appreciate the lights and the designs and the different things they had in the yard and all that stuff. I love Christmas lights. And one thing I've begun to really love, is the fiber optics lights. I got to get me a little something, my wife and I haven't really been on the Christmas piece, but as far as decorating, but I'm hoping we can get that started real soon. But especially fiber optics, and they go to different colors. It's awesome. I just love that. I don't know about y'all. Either way, this has not only been a challenging year, but this season by default can be challenging in and of itself. Okay, so what I want us to talk about is Christmas, social media, and kindness. So we're bringing it all together because whether we like it or not, social media has gotten elevated due to this pandemic that we're in. Everybody's hopefully staying home, practicing social distance when you do need to go out, wearing a mask. And I don't know, I want to design a mask that says something. You don't want to say a lot of words, but basically, I'm showing kindness to you by putting this on. And that's really what it is. We're just being kind to each other. Whether we agree with it or not, whether we think coronavirus is, this COVID-19 is whatever thoughts or personal opinion, the bottom line is it just shows you're being kind. Okay? And, keep yourself healthy. What's hard about that? We do that just by default. We drink water, hopefully. Not as much wine, drinking more water. Especially during the holidays. Water is okay. But yeah, let's get started here. So the points we're going to cover. It's 5 points, but I'm going to go through them real quick because I don't want to spend too long. But I wanted to end the year with this topic. And I might have another podcast. I don't know. But again, trying to focus on this book. But here are the points we're going to cover. Number 1, we got to take a break. Point number 1. Point number 2, begin a New Year's audit on your social media accounts. A New Year's audit, okay? Point number 3, avoid online antagonism and stay positive, okay? And talking about social media, leverage technology to enjoy connecting with family and friends. Just gonna, I think we get it. We're in the Christmas season. Okay, let's just kind of talk it out. And then the last thing, add a few non-digital getaways for your eyes, your mind, and for your body. Okay, we're going to talk about point number 1. Take a break. with these expensive devices that we all have, either iPhone or Android. I don't know if y'all let me just whisper. I don't know who's still using Android. I don't see the point anymore. Now, coming from a former cell phone junkie, I would have the latest and greatest all the time. And I had Android. I started with the BlackBerry, y'all. The BlackBerry was my favorite. They call it, they call all kind of bad names now. My wife gets on me. Moving forward, but I got lazy. And I got lazy and I didn't want to spend as much money anymore. So I decided let me just stick with iOS, keep it moving. But the awesome part, a feature in iOS now, because they know and they've seen that people have become addicted to social media, addicted to their phones. And they have this setting inside called screen time. And it will literally tell you everything you're doing on your phone for the day, for the week, for the month, and it will track it. You can even turn off certain apps, turn them on, and they only give yourself a certain amount of time for each app. This is important. We need to give ourselves a break. We need to give ourselves a break. Now, no matter what side of the aisle you're on as far as regarding politics, a lot of us have been really either elated or deflated, but it's you kind of you get yourself exhausted constantly looking at social media, looking at the news, all these different things, or especially on our devices and TV and media. It could be. So we need to take a break. Give our mind time to clear, our head to clear. Some of us hopefully are taking a vacation, enjoying the Christmas holiday coming up in a couple weeks. Lean into it. Turn off those things. Take a break. Okay? A lot of us have been home. We've been working from home, teleworking, and most of us have been blessed. I haven't been blessed to be able to do that. Only a couple days after going a week. Then the rest of the time, I'm able to work from home. But we need to take a break. We need to take advantage of the time that hopefully a lot of us will have over this holiday season, this Christmas season, to take a break, rest, sleep in. Your body deserves it. And the challenge is that if you don't give your body a break, it's going to take its own break and get you sick, okay, or allow you to be sick. And listen, we need to, again, I'm going to say it again. I said it last week. We need to improve our health and our so that we need to improve our health so we can fight off this virus, even if it does we come in contact with it or someone who has it. Our bodies are our best defense, including the mask, social distancing, washing your hands. We know all that. We know it. We need to give ourselves a break, and we need to limit our screen time on these devices. Our eyes, these blue lights that we don't know the long-term effects, most of us, and the problem is we're going to find out too late. Okay, so we have to, number one, we have to give ourselves a break. At minimal, take advantage of your app. Screen time, give yourself a limit. Start putting that in place, a limit. Okay, number two, begin a New Year's audit of all your social media accounts. What am I talking about? There are individuals. This is where the challenge between being nice and being kind. I'll be honest. I'll be 100%. I struggle with this. Is to say no to all these new friends that I do not know. Especially, I'm trying to navigate, okay, what do I want to really keep personal, and what I want to keep for, getting the book out there, telling everybody about the book, whatever. And so I'm going back and forth. Okay, Facebook is personal, IG probably going to be more social, getting the word out, et cetera, et cetera. But I want us to really understand something. We need to take an audit. There are individuals that we follow or that follow us, and that they're making comments you don't appreciate. They're doing things, they're saying things. They're causing anxiety for a lot of us. And then we get into these groups, and these groups, especially Twitter, they are some of the most evil people come out there. They come and they have their comments and their angst and just all the frustration just seems to pour out onto these screens and their chat boxes and the comment boxes. And oh man, it's nasty. It's outright despicable. Some of the things that people say on there. And you need, and listen, we need to do an audit. We need to start unfollowing people. We need to start leaving some of these groups that and honestly, some of the groups you don't even be part of. Can't, unfollow, leave the groups, turn off notifications for those groups, whatever it is. We need to do a social media outlet. And I'm thinking even for YouTube, some of us live on YouTube. We unsubscribe to some of these things that are not helpful. Those things that I'm telling you, just this practice of going through and eliminating things and people. See, you're being kind to yourself by unfollowing them, whether they know it or not. And I love it because people don't even know you're unfollowing them. Whatever. Or at least at minimum, give them a 30 down. Even if Facebook, you can get a 30-day mute. You can mute them for 30 days. That is the goal. Give ourselves a break. We need a break. It's a lot of media and we're so digitized. But while we're on there, we don't have to give give others access to us and to our mental space with all their negativity and just I can't barely describe the level of frustration and angst and political stances. What both sides can be very critical, and I'll say Democrat, Republican can be very hypercritical. As opposed to standing up for what you believe, you feel like you got to demean, degrade, demonize everybody else. And that's not kind. That's not right. Okay? So we got to give our point number 2 is begin a New Year's audit of all your social media accounts, your subscriptions. Some of the things we're not even using. We paying money, we're not using. Unsubscribe from those things. Unsubscribe. Get rid of them. Save yourself some money at minimal. And again, that mental space, our emotional, our mental, our spiritual space in our inside of us, we can't allow anything that's not helpful for us in anymore. We don't know when this pandemic is going to be over. We're going to be living in these Zoom meetings, Google Meet meetings, Microsoft Teams, all these different things. We're looking at screens all day long. We have to do a real assessment and audit to figure out what do I not need that is outside of work and then of course, another commercial, but when work is over, we need to turn it off. Put your phone on do not disturb. Don't let them in anymore. Do not disturb. Whatever I didn't get done today, I'm going to work hard through the day. If you contact me in time, I'll address it. But if not, after 4, whenever you get off work, catch you the next morning or catch you after the holidays. Take a break. Please be kind to yourself. Now, if you really feel bad, listen, that's why they have the vacation alert on your email, or you give people a heads up. Hey, if y'all really need me, you need to call me or text me or whatever, but I'm turning off my email until we get back after the holidays, whatever. You can give people a heads up, but again, you got to keep those limits and boundaries secure so you can give yourself time to rest. Point number 3, avoid I kind of mentioned this, but let me say it again, real clear. Avoid online antagonism. Avoid online antagonism. Point number 3, and stay positive. Don't be one of those folk. You know who they are. And it's anything negative, anything controversial, you're the first one to post it. Okay, well, at minimum, give yourself and give everybody else following you a break. Okay? Give yourself a break. This world that we live in is already negative enough. We don't have to continue to feed it and antagonize individuals. And just some of us love to be the instigator in these groups. Give yourself a break, for real. Seriously. You know who you are. And I know it's like you get your energy from that. But I'm challenging you. I believe it's for the better that you give yourself a break. Take advantage of this time. Reassess your social media stances. And you know what? At minimum, maybe not post as much. Give yourself a break. But don't be the antagonist. If you're going to post something positive. Just like my power quote says, if you can't be kind, please be quiet. This is hard enough. You don't know any of our houses, our neighbors' houses, people with cars that we drive by. We're standing in line behind somebody, social distancing. But we have no idea the hell they probably got to go back home to. and they might be rude and nasty to you, whatever. We can't respond like for like every time. We have to choose to be kind regardless of what comes our way. And we have to keep in our mind that these individuals are literally going through hell. They're watching their family members die. They might got COVID. Somebody might have already died. They might be on their way to the hospital. They can't embrace it, can't touch them because they got to keep distance. These are the things that are going on. So we got to give ourselves a break and allow people to be frustrated. Now, I'm not saying they're going to physically assault you or call you names, all these negative things while you stand there and allow it. But we can choose to walk away without getting into altercations. But again, see, this goes in person and online. Driving, but again, online. It's time. We have to be kind online. That's a good one. Be kind online. I'll make a t-shirt. Be kind online. Some of us really need to check ourselves and give yourself a break. And I promise you, as you take your break, you'll reassess, say, wait a minute, maybe I don't need to be this person. Do I need to be that person? Am I so desperate for an identity that I want to feed negativity and antagonize and just constantly live in that lane? Maybe take a break from the lane, reassess, and see how you feel. 30 days, I'm challenging you. Maybe between now and January 8th. Give yourself 30 days. Take a break. All right? Point number 4. Point number 4, yeah. Point number 4. Leverage technology to enjoy connecting with family and friends. We did this over the Thanksgiving break. I couldn't see my folks down in Atlanta, and so we did a Zoom. And so we were able to eat dinner while they're eating. It's corny. It's not awesome. It's not ideal. But again, it's important that we make healthy, positive connections during this time. Connect with people we haven't touched base with in a while. That's the kind with friends that you need to reconnect with. And this digital divide has created space, and it's important that we stay connected to those individuals. Somebody who's come to mind you didn't have time to reach out and call or talk to, touch base with them. And I would, again, after you let go of all these other things, social media, work, everything else, you would have time, maybe do a video call with them. Not just call, give a video, right? Send them a Zoom link, Google Meet, whatever. FaceTime. We got to leverage this technology. We spend all this money on it. We spend money for high-speed internet, for these tech devices. Leverage them to connect with family and friends, especially those you haven't talked to in a while. This is the perfect time to reconnect. Just say hello. You don't have to be on there forever. Just to say hello, see their face without a mask on. Really just hear them. You can share, check in and say, and there's a great follow, and I'm gonna put it in the link. This sister is awesome. A doctor. And she has a lot of great points that she makes, especially about how to show and what questions to really, when you check in with someone, what questions to really ask. Basically, how can I support you right now? That is kindness. That is kindness. In this season that we're in, how can I support you in whatever you're dealing with right now? Whatever goal or project, how can I support you? Okay. Point number 5, as we wrap this up on our topic today, kindness, social media, and Christmas. We're in the holiday season. We should enjoy it as much as possible, but we have to put things in place to show and be kind to ourselves. Point number 5, add a few non-digital getaways for your eyes, mind, and body. What do I mean? Number 1, get outdoors. Okay, I'll say, come on, it's cold. No. It might be cold. I'm not saying spend an hour outside, but a good 15, 20-minute walk, grab the dog, get outside. Some of us that have dogs, and it said that, and it's one of my friends, Daniel, shout out to Daniel Franco, good follow on social media, and he mentioned, that I got to read it again, but if you basically spend 15 minutes outside walking a day, you add something crazy, like 7 years of your life. Something crazy, like every day, getting outside, getting some sun. Now, by the way, see, we're all indoors, and we should stay at home as much as possible, but we could go outside in our neighborhood, walk around, get some fresh air, get some sun. Get those lungs breathing, even though it's cold. Don't spend forever out there. Put some layers on, but get outside. Get outside. It does wonders for the body and for the heart. Get the blood flowing. Then we could come in, and most of us are blessed with warm homes. I have a warm home. I'm so blessed. Take advantage of it. Take care of yourself. Get outside. Read a physical book. Grab a book, old school. Put the tablet down. Pick up an old classic, a book that I try to read. There's like 7 to 10 books I try to read every year. Go back over. They inspire me. They encourage me. They lift me up. They ground me. Maybe grab one of those. Read a physical book. Turn the pages. Right? Then the last thing, again, like point number 4, call up friends and family that you haven't talked to. Now, again, as an introvert, I get it. Maybe just send a text, but do something to connect. Something. Text, maybe a little, like I like the on iOS where you can hold the button down and you can record a voice memo and you can send it. That's cool too. Whatever works. Whatever works. But you know the people you need to really connect with and really have a real conversation with. People that you really care about. And this pandemic has been good for us, for a lot of us, but we need to choose when to come out of our shell and being at home. Some of us have so much energy. As introverts, staying at home, we should be knocking out some of these projects, some of these goals, some of these new business ideas. We should be killing the game right now. I mean, murdering it right now. But at the same time, take time. If somebody comes to mind, send them a quick text. Say, hey, you came to mind. I'm thinking about you. What's going on? How you doing? That's not deep. That's not deep. But again, the individual. Let me just say this. Some of the individuals you don't need to reconnect with. You don't need to check in with. Oh, boyfriend, girlfriends. No. Keep your boundary. And even if they send you a message, mute them. They don't need to know what's going on with you. They call, voicemail. Again, be kind to yourself. You're not ready to have a conversation? Don't have a conversation. Choose not to. And see, this is the challenge, that we used to do things and we're stuck in the past, and then all of a sudden we feel guilty. We need to avoid all that. See, this is the challenge. Going into 2021, we need to leave 2020 and the old broken, unhelpful mindsets. We need to leave those in the past. They're not helpful. They're not helping us get any closer to our relationship with God, relationship with each other people, to our goals and dreams and aspirations. They're not helpful. So why are we continuing to hold on to them? We need to do the work and unlearn. I believe in life there's way more to unlearn than there is to learn. And some of us have some cultural, family, personal, limiting beliefs that we are dragging with us everywhere we go, and then all of a sudden we wonder why we're not successful, why we're not able to accomplish the goals. These are the things that we're dragging around with us, and it's time to do a personal audit, a personal assessment. And I'm challenging everybody, if you have not already, sign up for my newsletter, Kindness Speaks. And I got a course that I'm doing, and it's basically how to be kind, clear, and not a jerk. Okay, so it's basically making the shift and to leave things alone. One of the things that we feel like some of us introverts struggle with is that we feel like if I say no, then I'm being a jerk. I'm being harsh. All these, again, limiting, unhelpful beliefs that are lies. They're really lies that we're holding on to. They're not true. There's nothing factual about them. They're not true for us. And we're holding on to them. And it's time for 2021 to make the shift and let it go. I'm challenging us, join my course that's coming out real soon. And I'm going to challenge everybody. And it will cost. But I want us to have the confidence moving forward in this kindness movement that we're kind to ourselves, so we have more to give to others. We're investing in ourselves, and I believe that as that dollar amount grows, obviously there's finances are tight, but see, we know we should have been saving a long time ago. We should have at least a 3 to 6 month, and my wife and I are working on that now. We should have these things in place, and we should. But I want us to increase the value of what we put into ourselves before. Not Not at the sake of, but before we give to others, we pour into ourselves so that we have exponentially more to give to others. This is a spiritual principle. It's a biblical principle, it's a spiritual principle, and it will help you tremendously going into 2021. We've already had hell on earth going on in this pandemic. Nobody knew that it would be this bad, but we are here. But that doesn't mean that we can't grow and leverage and lean into what we've experienced and let that facilitate stronger, deeper, more growth than we've ever experienced in life. This is the time. So I'm challenging everybody again. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter, sign up for Kindness Speaks. Go to follow me on IG at Kindness Defined. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you so much. Happy holidays. I send each of you New Year's blessings for 2021. God bless each and every one of you all and your families. Stay safe, stay blessed, and remember, nice people do finish last, but kind ones rise to the top. Let's go.